Alright, what's going on, guys? I got a video for y'all. So we got two new bikes, got them from the dealership. I want to show you guys what we picked up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments of this combo. I think this thing is sick. Coming up hot, we got the first Honda Grom. This is the 2025-26 Honda Grom SP model. So you can see it's got the special fairings, but literally it just looks like matte black and some silver accents. This thing is sick. I mean, it's a Honda Grom, so you can't go wrong with it. We got a quad lock mount on it. That's pretty much all we got. Everything else is stock. My plans for this is how I want to learn how to do wheelies. So I want to get a little stunt cage on the back. Other than that, I'm just going to tidy up the rear with the turning lights, the turning signals, tighten those up. Some levers. Get rid of these Mickey Mouse mirrors. These are horrendous. Some grips and some bar end mirrors, I think, is where I'm going to go. I mean, I'll probably break them once I fall. Literally just want to get learning how to wheelie right now. This thing's got 100 miles on it, so I'm still breaking it in. Even though it's a Honda Grom, I'm not worried about it. But yeah, this thing is sweet. Without showing you guys what's in the background, let me go ahead and show you guys our tach. So you can see here, we've got 143 miles, 139 miles per gallon, which is insane. But yeah, you can see I've barely even ridden this thing, so only a handful of times, short distances. So really trying to get it to that break-in process first and then learn how to wheelie. But yeah, on the ground, boys. Now time for the next bike, my most exciting one. It's gonna be my Yamaha MT-07, also 2025, in this Ice Storm or Ice Gray finish. Can't remember exactly what he said. So to give you guys a close-up, here's everything. Not bad stock indicators. I kind of like them, I'm not gonna lie, but I would love to remove the mirrors so you can definitely see it's definitely a naked bike. But let me give you guys a quick little startup since it's freaking starting to rain on me. Yeah, as a little intro, see how these camera settings are, as well as my mic. See if I want to make any updates to this setup. I didn't even grab the same color. Well, let's get this started so it gets going. You know what? Before we do that, let me go ahead and take these mirrors off, dude. Let me do that. You. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys off my Honda Grom 2025/26 SP model. So yeah, so this is what I picked up from the dealership. I picked up two bikes. I got this and then the MT-07, as you guys already saw. Hopefully the mic is okay. I feel like I'm screaming into it because it can pick up so easy because the mic is literally right in my face. But hopefully it's not too much of loudness, I guess. And I hope you can't hear me like freaking hogging my breath all over it. But yeah, let's go to this parking lot real quick and I'll show you guys a little bit of the bike all the way around. See if this light will even read that I'm here. But yeah, so this bike has 245 miles, as you can see right there. 138 miles per gallon is the average. I usually get up to 140 if I'm just cruising. But yeah, this bike so far just has a quad lock mount there. And I also took off the Mickey Mouse mirrors, and you can see I just put some little Grom inserts right there, so those are off. It looks cleaner. I wish I had these side mirrors, but I haven't bought any just yet. But literally that's about it. Oh, and then I took off some reflectors off the front, so those are not there anymore. But other than that, this bike is bone stock. Perfect, right here is good. If I can just find freaking neutral, dude. There we go.
All right, guys. Like I was saying, this is my 2025-26 Honda Grom SP. So just taking a look around, you can see the only difference is that under fairing right there. I don't know if I'm pointing at it, but that's literally the only difference between the regular Honda Groms and the ABS models. But yeah, this is, like I was saying, pretty bone stock. I have the exhaust. Not really sure why it's black, but who cares? Stock exhaust is going to come out eventually. Yeah, I mean, not really much to say about it, to be honest. Oh, I also took off the stickers that are right here. You can see I still got to clean it, but looks a lot smoother like that. But literally, pretty much bones. Oh, I forgot the levers. Yeah, I bought some shorty levers. These are the MZS levers off of Amazon. Literally like 40 bucks. So these are actually really good quality for 40 bucks, which is a steal, I feel like. And you get two levers. They're also adjustable, so that's always nice. This is what I've decided to learn how to do stunting and wheelies. Obviously, I've ordered all the essentials for that, so I don't want to try that until I get a cage on it, just because if I drop it, I'd be very disappointed in myself. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a little cruise to get some gas. And that's pretty much all I can show you about this bike, to be honest. Like I said, everything else has to wait until I get some modifications going, get some practice in for wheelies and stuff. But this parking lot doesn't seem like a bad spot to do wheelies, as long as I'm not like allowed. But I don't even know how much of you guys can actually hear the bike, but a lot of it's probably wind noise. But I am very excited to get an exhaust on this, and I've heard that some people get a little bit more of a response from it, so anything really helps when you have a Honda Grom, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. Let me talk about what I like and what I don't like about the Honda Grom. So starting off with what I like, it's a super simple bike. You know, maintenance is easy, insurance is cheap. Buying it was relatively cheap when comparing it to other motorcycles, but literally the whole idea of the Honda Grom is cheap and simple, which is as easy as you can get when getting into bikes. So this is the best beginner bike, but also I believe beginner bike to get in anything you really want. So like if you really wanted to get into sports, you can really utilize all the power out of this when going to, I don't know, like canyon runs and stuff like that. But also for like stunting, so like what I'm trying to plan to do for this build is like get a beginner bike into stunting and wheelies and stuff like that. So like for whatever reason you damage it, relatively it won't be that expensive. But also what I love about the Honda Groms is there's so much aftermarket support on it, so that's another plus that comes with the Honda Grom. But like I said, overall Honda Grom, just a simple bike, can't really go wrong with it. If you don't like Honda Groms, I feel like you're just the type of person that likes to go fast in a straight line. So that's my opinion, take it as you will. But now going on to the complete opposite side, which is what I don't like about the Honda Grom. So straight off the bat, it's slow, but I mean everybody knows that when they're buying this bike. Tops out at 60, no acceleration really. Maybe you get 65 miles an hour if you're going downhill with fully tugged, but like I said, even then it's a stretch. The next thing I don't like about the Honda Grom, so the next thing I don't like about the Honda Grom is how it comes from factory. So everything feels really bulky and cheap, but that's pretty normal when I say it's like coming out as a simple bike. So they don't really overcomplicate or anything, but not only is it cheap, but it feels cheap too, which is, you know, understandable, but you know, kind of sucks. But oh, it's some big ass rock, god damn. No, but trust me guys, I'm excited for this bike because buying it brand new, I know where the baseline is, and I know how much I can actually expect to get out of this bike. So when putting on new stuff, it's gonna be like, it's gonna mean a world of a difference to me. So what I have already ordered is, let me see if I can remember it all on top of my head. So I got the TST rear fender delete, so we're gonna flush the rear end as well as get a new tail light, which has the integrated turning signals, which is nice, and then as well as the flush mounted turn signals in the front as well from TST. And lastly, I believe there's one more thing from TST, but I forgot. But going on to the next thing is we have a 12 bar and also some rear sets for the Honda Gram from Impact. So that's going to be pretty dope, and that's going to be really nice when trying to practice wheelies for the first time, because that will literally protect the whole body of the bike if I were to ever drop it, which I probably will. But so we have those parts coming in, as well as I believe there was one more piece that was supposed to be coming for this bike. Oh, the most important, an exhaust. And of course we went with the China exhaust, because you know these $600 exhausts are nice, but for $600 on a Honda Gram, that's just it's just absurd to me. So I got a Chinese knockoff exhaust of a Yoshimura, I think is what it is. But it looked pretty sick when I looked at the photos for this colorway. So I'm excited to put that on and see how that matches up with everything else. But other than that, not really much I have in mind to buy for this bike, as maybe some mirrors, but that's when I get to learning wheelies a bit more, because as soon as I drop that bike, boom, mirrors are gonna be the first thing to break. So I'll probably wait on these, but for now let's see if we can hit some twisties a little bit harder. Okay, see what I mean? Like, I wish I could hit these a little bit faster, but I'm about almost top end of 5th gear. Or I mean at least halfway, but there's not much space for me to go up. So and let's get a pull for you guys, just so you guys can see how like underwhelming the power is on this bike. So let's see if we can get a gap open. Watch, I'm gonna be full throttle and there's gonna be cars passing me. Okay, let's go 2nd gear and full throttle. Yeah, like I said, very underwhelming. All of that was full throttle. Currently, this Honda Gram is my daily driver, so I take this to work, to the gym, to wherever else I need to go, to be honest, as long as I don't have to carry any luggage around. And if I do, I carry a backpack, and that does the trick for me. I don't really need to carry much more than that for the most part. So I've been taking this thing everywhere. And what I'll definitely say is I definitely get a lot more miles on the MT-07 a lot faster, because you can just collect miles easier on that thing. You can go 90 and then you realize, oh, I just gained another freaking 100 miles just on this ride, just by having so much fun. And this takes a while to get miles on it, because it's like you're limited to 60 miles per hour. So naturally it's just going to take longer time-wise to get up those miles up. But don't get me wrong, it's fun to ride this Honda Gram. It's just out of the box stock, it seems more like I'm forced to take it out for longer than a 20-minute ride. But overall, this bike is pretty freaking amazing, and I can't wait to see what all the mods are going to do to this bike. So I'm excited, and not sure if we'll take the MT-07 out now, but Nice. Are we recording? Nice. All right. Hopefully my mic doesn't fall off. But yes, this is my 2025 MT-07. So this is the second bike that we picked up. And we'll go to the same spot and show you guys a little bit of a walk around again. But yeah, same concept. I'm gonna tell you what I like and what I don't like about this bike. But you can see here, I got 227 miles on this bike, so right around the same range of that Honda Grom. But I've only taken this thing out twice. This being like the third time, I believe. But that Honda Grom, I don't know how many times I've taken it out. It's probably gonna been like 20 now. So. All right, let's go. Same spot. Different bike. All right, let's see. Prop this baby down. There we go. So yeah, like I was saying, this is my 2025 MT-07. Turn this off so I don't drain the battery. But yeah, I got this in the Ice Storm or Ice Gray colorway. So it's got the blue wheels with the gray matte finish on the top. As you guys know, it's a naked bike, so there's not much fairings to deal with in general besides the top end. But yeah, starting off, nothing done to this bike, also stock. I have also ordered a rear fender delete, so this is going away. But the rear fender delete that I have keeps these intact as well, which I actually don't mind because I like the look of them since they're cleared and they're not like yellow like these reflectors that I still have to remove, but those are going to get removed. But yeah, I like the reflectors look. I just wish they weren't so, you know, flimsy. But other than that, I like the look of the bike. I didn't like the previous gen where it had the key in the front. So other than that, not much to say about this bike either from bone stock, because I don't have much to compare it from. Because of all I've ridden in my entire experience of motorcycles has been 1000 cc. So I've gotten Gixxer 1000, S1000, and an R1 that I've ridden. So this is my first naked bike, and you know, I'm loving it. But like I said, I also don't have anything to compare it to. So there's that as well. So in my opinion, the mirrors aren't really that bad. They stick out a lot more than I would like. But, you know, that's just kind of what you get with a naked bike. You know, it doesn't really look like a sports bike. But overall, I've had no complaints about this bike. And I have done some research and some reading of what other people think of this bike. People who have been riding a lot longer than I probably have and have a lot more opinions than I do, because they have tested probably thousands or hundreds of other bikes, more than I have at least. So they have a better insight of what I do. But overall, with my experience with this bike, I've loved every minute of it and I have no complaints. So I'm also really excited to wake this bike up with an exhaust and a tune with an intake. Another thing that's, you know, a little bit weird to like, another new experience that I've had with this bike, because I've never had, you know, this experience with any other bike, is the fact that since it's so new, there's no really, you know, support currently for this bike for modifications, because there's certain companies that just haven't developed or fitment checked their old products to see if it would fit this bike yet. So we're kind of in the gray area with ordering parts, because you don't know what will fit and what will work or what has to be modified. So you kind of just have to stick it out and wait for companies to develop or confirm that these parts fit the bike, or take the risk of buying them and them not fitting. All right, we'll take off from second gear as well. All right, and go. So you can definitely tell a lot more peppier. And I don't know if you can hear that, but the whatever they put for the sound enhancement down here actually really worked, and it's a nice touch. but I do wish to hear that exhaust a little bit more. And everybody knows from these exhausts, they're like, you know, bone stock quiet, which is a little bit sad, but this makes up for it. But that's why nobody really keeps these bikes stock for the exhaust. Also why I'm kind of tempted just to buy, because they're 10% right now for Labor Day, so that's insane. I want to get one, but even then they still come out to a pretty hefty price tag. I wonder how much wind noise this mic is picking up. But if you guys didn't know, I have a new setup, which is the DJI Action 5 camera, which is also paired with an ND filter, as well as my wireless mic from DJI also. So this is the DJI, I think 2 is what this is called for the mic. It's not the minis, that's all I know for sure. But I've never done any kind of camera vlog before this, or setup before, so this is my first, and I hope it's really good quality. But the process of setting this all up together has been super easy. So I know from watching other moto vloggers myself, they can have a bit of a pain when trying to find the right mics, finding what's compatible with certain GoPros or certain action cameras in general. But this has made it really easy. All I got was the DJI camera as well as the DJI mic, and they just, you know, hook up via Bluetooth. So they make it super easy. I don't have to worry about, you know, trying to match up the audio files or anything like that. So hopefully the quality is good and everything is clear cut. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really have about this bike. Like I said, even with the Honda Grom, it's just a matter of time getting, you know, mods and upgrades done to it, and then taking it out, you know, with my buddies and going out on cruises out here. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys maybe in a week. We'll see when the next video comes out.